ghost, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help, I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Solidify!
Witness the power of Gua. Rain outlines your fate. Know my sword. Game's up. Fun's over.
Overruled. Witness my rise. Laid bare.
This is order.
Let me read you a verse. Rain outlines your fate. Know my... Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey.
If you insist on putting yourself to the test, overruled. Gather me.
Witness the power of Gua. Rain out. Game's up. Fun's over.
Very well. Consider your strength acknowledged.
So this is the other Durin, huh? If this had been the dragon that ended up being revived in Mondstadt, there's no telling what kind of So, if you think about it like that, no, I'm just a little envious, that's all.
Actually, most of the credit...
Then again, barely anyone even remembers.
Ah, so you three still remember Durin. Looks like the memory loss hasn't spread to close friends. I guess that means my memory of you must still be complete as well.
Albedo.
You're finally here!
Oh, you're here
I think I've pieced together some of what happened to him.
Master Jean filled me in on what happened, and I've got a few theories. But let's get on the same page first. Well, physically, he's doing fine. His body is holding the abyssal power at bay. And there's nothing whatsoever to indicate any risk of collapse.
So, from an alchemy point of view, there's nothing wrong with him?
The issue isn't so much that the abyssal power within him has gotten out of control. It's that the connection between his will and body is fading. If he ends up losing his conscious will, his body will fall back on its biological instincts. And that's when the abyssal power with... This book mentioned a witches' gathering. It seems like quite a few of these witches got themselves involved in Durin's case. Which brings me to my theory. Bringing Fairy Tale Durin into this world to replace the Durin on Dragonspine means using one Durin's fate to overwrite the others. But the power of alchemy alone would not be enough to pull off such a feat. It would have required the combined use of Miss Barbeloff's astrology, my teacher's alchemy, and Aunt Alice's magic. After learning of Miss Barbeloff's prophecy, Durin and I finally came up with a way to settle the Dragonspine Durin problem for good. And I took care of the alchemy side of things, which, looking back on it, seems to have been a part of their plan all along. So now, there's only one. As for the fate theory our friend in the hat just mentioned, I still can't figure out how any kind of magic could possibly influence the fate of Tevat. But I'm certain that the answer lies within this book.
So, the reason Alice had us complete this book was to make that magic possible?
A form of magic powerful enough to rewrite fate itself.
Well, we've no time to lose. I just need to take a look at the book. The next part of the story most likely relates to me. So the memory that unlocks it must be connected to me too.
Huh?
The giant tree was home to a broken branch, the shape of its splintered arm aligning perfectly with the branch that had burst forth from the castle walls. Join yourself to that broken bough, for there you may take root at last, and henceforth bask in the sun and rain of the world beyond the castle. But first, fetch the stickiest clay and let it bind the scar of the break.
I see.
Guided by the breeze, the little dragon arrived at an alchemist's workshop. There he was greeted by a clay figure, a child molded by the Sage Witch's hands. Though gentle in appearance, he had inherited his mother's cold, sharp wisdom. And he was determined to avert the calamity the evil dragon would bring. And so was his helper, none other than the little dragon himself.
What is this place?
It looks like it's modeled after an alchemist's workshop. Or rather, a cliched stereotype of one.
Albedo?
Hold on. Why do I look like this?
Oh, yeah! We forgot to tell you. Basically, the characters in the story are reflections of how Durin sees them.
At least you're still human-shaped?
Well, since Cat Guy has taken on a different appearance too, that must mean the two of us are both characters in the story. But you, Paimon, and Durin haven't changed at all. You must be special figures in some way.
I'd like to know more about that too. But seeing as none of them can explain it, let's just
And just like that, the group stumbled upon a hidden passageway. Intricately crafted, it seemed to lead them towards another exciting chapter of the tale.
Come on! What are we waiting for? Next chapter, here we come! Ouch!
But this was a chapter that had not yet been written. Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
What? Then what's the point of having a path here? Sounds like a pretty bad habit for a writer.
Over here. I found something.
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another. Only then would the evil dragon's heart.
Sounds like this chapter's about Albedo.
If that really was the solution, though, this would have been over the minute I...
There has to be some other reason.
Yeah, I'd like to explore. Do you think we could just be it the calamity headed for Mondstadt or my inability to leave behind a story of my own? What if, here in this story, we could
Could Aunt Al...
Either way,
Durin!
It's just... I'm still afraid someday, even you got... But I'm not sure if I can do... So please, everyone...
With the help of his friends, the little dragon destroyed the evil dragon's heart in his eyes. But the gnarled roots, the little dragon's story faded into nothingness.
Who am I?
Is this... me?
And so the story ended with...
Oh no! What do we do now?
Hello, children. If you're hearing this recording, it's because you've reached a certain ending. You may have noticed that little Durin's experiences have been written into the pages of this book. Well, you should know that in the same way, its ending will also be written onto him. So be careful, because triggering a bad ending could be somewhat problematic. Let me guess, you're upset that I didn't warn you earlier? Don't worry though, I've thought it all through. I built a very special feature into this book, just for you, the witnesses of this tale. So, go ahead, see if you can turn back the pages. If you're not happy with the ending you've reached, just flip back a few pages and let the tale unfold once more. Pretty incredible, huh? That's the power of magic.
Unless the little dragon kept moving, eventually, the evil dragon's heart can...
Looks like we have no choice but to get... Whatever happens next, Durin...
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. and the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead. Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale. At last, the little dragon accepted the evil dragon's heart, and a new life came into being. The evil dragon's heart beat in his chest, and the little dragon's soul guided him forward. Thus did the prophecy hold true, even as fate had been rewritten, and so was the little dragon born anew.
Finally, a happy ending!
Born anew, the little dragon set off one...
Huh?
What comes next might be the most crucial part of all.
If fate really is...
Wow! Durin, are you alright?
The evil dragon's heart was now one with the little dragon. Would the little dragon dare to hold...
Hey! What kind of question is that? Of course...
Time is running out.
What's up with the narrator?
Would he dare to hold this power back? Or would he simply give in?
The little dragon and his companion...
Huh? What's going on?
Once the ink runs out,
I had a feeling this would happen.
What's happening to the others?
Now that the story's ink was spent,
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Returning to the castle. I just never thought crossing over into a new world would create so much. I'm starting to think I can't.
You might look back on it with fun.
Why?
Sometimes, moving on with your life
You don't have to worry, Durin. No matter what.
Okay.
as the little dragons, there was no danger as soon as his... And so the story ended.
What's going on? I feel so weak.
Hey, what's happening? Durin, wake up! But... This can't be how it ends! Durin promised to...
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Would he dare to hold this power back? Or would he?
Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
Would he dare to hold this power power map? Or would he simply give in? Would he dare to hold the
The little dragon was at an impasse, and the dark power within him surged unchecked. The little dragon's story faded into nothingness.
Is this me?
And so the story ended, with the little dragon fading from sight, leaving nothing but the evil dragon's shadow in his...
Oh no! That means Durin... What do we do now?
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
What's going on here? Why isn't the story letting... What's going on here? Why isn't the story letting Durin just suppress the abyssal power? It keeps getting stuck.
It seems the act of suppressing the power...
So, what now? Did we use too much earlier? How are we supposed to write a happy ending with only
If there really is such a direct correlation between Durin was, and I suspect reviving Durin, but there is a fundamental difference. As Miss Barbara, but Durin's story, on the other hand, as Durin's connection to the... In other words, his story can't continue.
It would seem the little dragon had made...
His story can't continue.
It would seem the little dragon had made a group of fine friends.
Save it. The question is, are you here to help?
This is as far...
I suppose. It's hard to believe I never actually
By there, I take it you mean...
But we still don't even know how Alice... If Durin belongs inside the story, then going outside of it to some...
I'm not afraid.
I second that. It would seem that...
So be it. Whatever obstacles stand...
that the evil one connect the dragon within the uncrossable edge of existence itself. If they can, all of the sudden it began to fracture, as if struck by some transcendent will.
Gotta keep going.
ahead lies only
My consciousness.
Keep going, Durin. A pure soul is your essence, not an empty void.
I feel.
Stand tall, Durin. You are not some amorphous idea. Yes, Durin, but you must keep going.
I can't feel a connection.
You're not alone in this world, Durin. At the very least, you have me.
I can't remember anything. Who am I?
Your name is Durin, and there are many who still remember it.
My name is Durin.
You're taking too long. Come on, Durin.